All right, now my other project is this trailer hitch goes on the back of the tractor. You can see it's just wore down, thin as crap, and the hole in the middle is busted out. Somebody got a nut welded in there to place up. See how thin it is? Well, I'm gonna take this piece of metal right here. I'm gonna score it on the back. Then I'm gonna cut this out the same side and put the hole back in the same place. I'm gonna cut this off here and we weld it on there. So that's what we're going to do now. Well, here's this one piece. I've already cut it. Drilled my hole in the middle. I've tapered the edges. So I'm starting to cut now with this little blade on this saw here. On this grinder. We're gonna cut right through there. Then we're gonna weld that thing on there. And it'll be just like a brand new. Why buy one? I could fix it. That's my philosophy. If I could fix it, why buy it? Alright, I've got both of them beat out and they're ready to weld. Nice little V. Got the hole drill. We'll show you in a few minutes. Well, we just got the weld on the other side and grind it off, and that'll be her. I think it looks pretty good to me. I don't know about you. So that'll save me a little money. Alright, there she is. It's already been polished down. The bottom ain't worried about that much. I polished the top a little more. So it's ready to go. You can't even tell it's been broke before. I'm not worried about it breaking. I trust my weld holds. Well, I'm getting ready to finish cleaning this thing up, put a coat of paint on it. But I'm going to go ahead and drill a hole right here. I'm going to tap it with a pipe thread, and I'm going to put a little plug in. I don't know what size it is. I have to see on my tab set what size it is. Anyway, it's like a little quarter or something. But anyway, all right, I got the plug done on my 1250. This is also what I've done on my 1650. I had to do all that video showing you. Just show you on my drill out on my 16. There you are. Well, I got a few parts here painted tonight. Got all my brake bolts and this is all my brake mechanism stuff over here, all my brake stuff. Part of my hydrostatic. There's that little front thing there, and a little, you wonder why there's four of these, because I never did paint these two for my 1650, so I went ahead and painted them now. There's my axles, got them taped up. I taped up and left paint in the middle, and I pull off the tape and leave the disc part showing. There she is. Let me show you my friend's go-kart. He's got it black and I don't know what color it is. Pumpkin, whatever color it is. Orange, you might say. But he's doing this for his kids to make it look a little wild looking, so it looks alright for the kid. He got it all decked out with different colors. He got the brake and the clutch. Well, one's a brake, one's a gas. He got little grease fittings, the Zert fittings, you might say. He sandblasted it and stripped it. He stripped it first, then sandblasted it, then he painted the whole thing. My man Dave here is going to silver solder this piece. I've already knocked the piece out. He's already put silver solder in it, put it back in there. Then he's going to braze it. Then he's going to quench it in oil to reharden it. This piece here is very hard. You don't want to weld it. It'll brittle. It'll liable to break off. So silver solder is the way to go. So we're going to silver solder it.
Now what will happen is that flux will turn clear. And once it gets clear, you know you're about ready to start silver soldering.
Cool. Because I never silver soldered in my life. Is the plate getting hot enough?
Yes, we're getting there.
Oh, I see it now starting. Now we're going to get ready to quench in some oil to harden it back again. And that's the way you re-silver solder a piece in there. there it is. All I do is sandblast it. It'll look good. This piece is back case hard again, and it's in a different position. It won't be wearing on the same place, and it won't be like a brand new pin there. So it'll be like getting a brand new damper. By the way, the silver solder don't look too bad done in there. You know, that's a cheap fix. You go on a place on the internet, they want $60 for one of these pieces. This costs us war. You could change it, get the bushing to go in here, but like I done, you see a little war place, I changed it around. See it right there? That damper, that little piece I silver solder in there, the way you get that out, you either have to press it out with a press or set it in a vise and take a hammer and chisel and knock it out. One of them I was able to knock out with a chisel, the other one I had to press out with a vise, but they will come out. All right, the hydrostat's working real good. Have no problem with it. What I got to do now, when I heated this plate right here, when I heated to get this off, you see how wobbly it is? I had a plastic bushing in there. So now I got to make a plastic bushing to fit this and to go inside this hole right here. So we're going to go over here to the milling machine. Well, I tried to drill this thing in the milling machine, and it was real hard, so what I've done, you see how it turned blue? I heated that thing up real good, and I drilled it out. So now I'm going to make a plastic bushing that's worth putting in there. Well, I've already drilled out the center hole with this drill bit. All I got to do now is run this through the inside of it, on it out a little bit, and that should be there. The walls are pretty thick now. Alright, let's see if this thing gonna fit now. Oh yeah, but that's fits snugger than Dick's hat band. That's what I want right there. Now we got to do our outside piece. So I just got to cut it off and install it. There she goes. Well, I think the problem is this edge is too sharp for us to go in. It's cutting it. So I'm going to take this and try to round the ends on a little bit. There we go. Wait a minute, shift that other side going a little closer. That's it. It's in there flush. Hole a little bit bigger when I bored it. I got a feeling it's gonna be too tight now. But I'm gonna go ahead and drive it on there. It has these springs to deal with, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I think it'll be alright. Let me get my hammer. When you go to put your pump on this rear end, and you go to put this gasket on here. See, right now ain't much problem. I got the rear end up in the air. It'll pretty well stay where I put it. But if it was laying down sideways, this here would just keep falling out. So the best thing to do is get you some Permatex and glue one side of this gasket in and make it stay. Just put some glue on it, then put the bolts on. I'm just going to drop it in there just like it is. Just line it up and drop it in there. And these two holes here are just for the head of recess. The head's on the hydrostat, the head's on it, has to reset down the hole. But this here is your return hole here. And part of this is your return. Alright, let's stick it on there. Well, I get the seals in the rear end. I got both seals. I got these seals at Ryobi's. You see the parts number right there. You get these at the part house anywhere. Some people call it part house. Some of them call them. I can't think what else you call them. Well, discount. You get any one of them places like that. Anyway, that's the number right there for the seal goes in the end of that there. What goes in the axle. It's like $10, $5 a piece. Hydrostat bolted on there. I'm ready to put my my axle in, both my axle, and don't look too bad. I had to custom make a line here for this. Never mind it right there. It's just a little sleeve got broke. It's not broke inside there, so it's okay. But that's a custom line I had to make. Had aluminum, 5/8, and I want to turn this pump with a drill and to test it to make sure it's working. Get the hydrostat charged and see if I can make the wheels turn. But in order to do that, I got to be able to get a drill on that. My drill is 1/2 inch. This is 5/8. So what I've done, I took and put a little chunk of aluminum in the lathe, and I bored this hole. I bored this center hole here, 5/8. This just a little under 1/2 inch. It might be metric as far as I care. As long as the jaw chuck, the drill can get on it. That's all I carry. Then I drill another hole in it so it'll line up with that shaft hole right there. And it just goes right in the drill with no problem. Alright, we already put oil in it. We put our axles in there. Got the clips in there. Got the back cover back on. Now we're going to put this thing on front of the pump here and turn it and see if we can build some pressure. So you hold your fingers. Let's put this clip in there. I don't know which way to turn it. Whoop! Gotta have a battery. Into that battery. Whew, that motor can't stand 3rd gear. We'll burn it up. We better go back to 2nd gear. Let's try for 3rd gear, but I doubt that drill will pull it. My battery might cut it. Woo! Do it again. Well, I got some oil leaking on the bottom now. Let's see what's going on here. Might be sucking air somewhere. I see a little puddle down on the floor. See if I can figure out one. It's coming out of the filter. No, it's running around the top. Well, I spilled it and that's running down the bottom. What that is. I don't think that'd be alarm about. Well, the pump might not work. I don't know. What I did might be all in vain. But we're not gonna give up yet. Try it again. Here goes nothing. Well, I found what the problem was. This is a day later. This drill here won't turn fast enough to initially prime the system up. I took that drill there, that Milwaukee, put it on there. It turned real fast. It primed it up. But once it primed it up, that drill there doesn't have enough power. Now, I got it primed up. This drill will, let's watch my foot over there. I got it turning, push it. Hit reverse. Well, I got my rear end hanging off a forklift here in the meter blaster room. But what I had to paint was this arm here. I got it painted. And I had to paint this little piece on the end there. And had to paint my damper right here. Got it done. There's my damper. Got my springs painted and got my tongue painted. See, it looks like a brand new one. Can't tell the difference. Alright, it's Christmas Eve. Probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Getting ready to go home.